let's see which teams make finals in 2025. Now, I believe there's 9 teams that could definitely make the top 8. I'm not going to include Sydney. I think it's nearly impossible for them to make it. So we're using the AFL.com Ladder Predictor to show you and see who I believe is going to be making the top 8. So I'll show you what I've done so far, and then we'll see who we think is going to make the top 8. So let's start with this one. So we've got the Bulldogs and the Giants to start with. So I've got the Bulldogs beating the Giants since it is at Marvel, so I think they'll just sneak over, even though it's against them not beating a top 8 side. So yeah, they're going to beat a top 8 side this time. So I've gone the Bulldogs. I've got the Crows beating the Hawks. I've got Melbourne beating West Coast, Gold Coast to beat Richmond, Sydney to beat Essendon, and Collingwood-Brisbane. Good game, this one in the MCG. I've got Collingwood just winning that one over Brisbane, but I think Brisbane could easily win that themselves. Saints to beat North Melbourne, Geelong to smash Port Adelaide, and Freo to beat Carlton at Optus Stadium. So that's round 21. So now we'll go to round 22. So we'll start with Thursday night, which is actually a good game of footy. Hawthorn, Collingwood. I think Collingwood will win it, so I've got them. Geelong will smash Essendon on a Friday night. Don't know how that's a Friday night game. We've got St Kilda beating Richmond, Brisbane to beat the Swans at the Gabba. I've got Gold Coast beating Carlton at Marvel, Freo to beat Port Adelaide Oval, Giants to beat North Melbourne in Canberra, Bulldogs to beat Melbourne, and the Crows to smash West Coast in Perth. So now round 23, we start with Essendon St Kilda. What a game. St Kilda will win that, and then the other game's going to be good. Freo Brisbane. I think Freo will win. It is in Perth, so I think they'll just get the win there. And then we got Gold Coast and the Giants. That's a good game of footy. It is at Gold Coast, so I've gone with the Suns. Carlton will beat Port at Marvel. Hawks will beat Melbourne. And then Crows and Collingwood. What a game this is going to be. It's going to be a belter. And I actually think at Adelaide Oval, they're going to finally do it. They're going to beat Collingwood, and I'll pick the Crows. So we've got Richmond beating North Melbourne, Geelong beating Sydney in Sydney, and the Bulldogs beating the Eagles. And then the last round, we've got the Giants beating the Saints, Crows beating North Melbourne, Western Bulldogs to beat Freo. It's go either way though, but I reckon that Marvel, Bulldogs will win. Collingwood to beat Melbourne, Geelong to beat Richmond, Carlton to beat Essendon, and Brisbane to beat Hawthorn at the Gabba. And then obviously Gold Coast have got a game in hand, so they'll have a couple of games. So I think they'll beat Essendon and Port Adelaide for that matter. And then the last game, Sydney will beat West Coast in Perth. So this is the current ladder as we speak. Obviously Collingwood got the game clear of the Crows and Brisbane, Geelong. But look at how tight that is. Between Geelong and Freo, they're all in the same points. How exciting is this? So without further ado, let's flick it and see what we pick for the top 8. So we have got the Crows finishing on top on percentage. Look at that percentage between them two sides. So, yep, I've got Crows finishing on top. Collingwood would be second. Geelong and Gold Coast on the same points in third and fourth to make the top 4. So I've actually got Gold Coast actually making the top 4. Interesting. Freo going to be in 5th, so a game behind. And then Brisbane will be in 6th. And then equaling into the top 8 is the Bulldogs and the Giants. And the team that I've got missing out is Hawthorn. Big call, isn't it? They've actually got some tough games, though. They've got the Crows, and they've got Collingwood, and they've got Brisbane in 3 of the 4 games. I think the other one is Melbourne they play. So they've got some tough matches. If they can win even one of those 2 of those games, they'll pretty much be in the top 8. So they definitely would have earned their top 8 if they make it in Hawks, if they can get in somehow. But I think at this moment, I think this is the 8 teams. I didn't think it'd be Hawthorn the ones that would be missing out, to be honest. I thought it'd be the Bulldogs, but they get in. I think they win every game, as you can see on the form. They got a lot of teams winning their last 4, as you can see. So it'll be very interesting, though. I feel like, is this going to be the exact ladder? I don't think it will. I think there'll be some surprise results, which will be so interesting. So just looking forward to the rest of the season. There's just a lot of teams that could easily jump in the top 4. Some that could easily not make the top 8. It's crazy how this season's gone. Let me know what you think of this ladder. Do you agree or do you disagree? Let me know what you think is going to be the top 4, the top 8, which team is going to miss out. Please let me know in the comments. Always love reading your comments. It's just always interesting what other people's opinions are. It's just great to read. And let me know as well who you think is going to win the flag. Like, there's so many teams that could easily win the flag at the moment. So let me know in the comments who you think is going to win the premiership as well. Like if you do enjoy this content, subscribe if you are new here. If you want to watch some more of the content, click this playlist here. This is all the reactions I do for every club, for every round. So this is the playlist for the whole 2025 season from the opening round, so check that out.